Hi, my name is David Stamler, CEO of Alterity Therapeutics. I'm happy to share the insights from the movement disorder meeting that was held last weekend in Philadelphia. This is a prominent conference that features neurologists from around the globe, as well as representatives from pharma companies. And it's been great that our data was prominently featured at this meeting as a testimony to the great interest there is in developing new therapeutics for our target disease, MSA. Our phase 2 studies were both prominently featured at the conference. The 201 study, which is our double-blind study, was presented both in poster format and was given as an oral presentation. We were invited to give that oral presentation. The session was very well attended, and there's a lot of excitement about new therapeutics for treating this orphan disease that we're addressing called multiple system atrophy. The data that we presented showed that there was very nice correlation between some of the biomarkers that we're looking at and disease severity. And I think people really are appreciating the great work that our collaborators at Vanderbilt are doing on the neuroimaging, both as we look at brain iron and brain volume. The second phase 2 study was also prominently featured, and this is our open label study where we treated more advanced patients with MSA with 434 for up to 12 months. This is another poster presentation, and we were also invited to give an oral presentation because I think people are very anxious to identify new and promising therapies in MSA. This session was very well attended, and I would say that the data are very exciting. As we press released earlier this year, we did see a substantial number of patients improve on an activities of daily living scale, which looks at the most important symptoms that are affected in MSA. We also saw biomarker evidence that corroborated some of those changes. So we think this is a good indication of what we can expect from the double-blind study, which reads out in January. We also had two other presentations, one by our head of research, Margaret Bradbury, who presented the data from our primate study, where primates that had an experimental form of Parkinson's disease were treated with 434. And that was great because that showed that these animals, which are closer to humans than our prior animal studies, responded nicely to therapy, and those that did respond had the lowest brain iron. Finally, our collaborators at Vanderbilt, who are doing an incredible job on the study, presented data on some very specialized MRI techniques where they're using deep learning, which is a form of artificial intelligence that's used to precisely measure brain volume, and we hope to implement this in our double-blind study. Well, thanks again for joining me. It's been a very exciting conference for us, and in addition, the next couple of months should be very exciting leading up to the disclosure of our data from our double-blind study. So I look forward to keeping you updated on our progress, and thank you again for joining us.